This video is a quick summary of animal cell structure and function. I am Sahasra Tilakaratna. I am a fourth year medical student at University of Sri Jayawardhanapura. So in this video, I will summarize the structure of animal cell and what are the functions of organelles within an animal cell. So what is a cell? Cell is the structural and functional unit of an living organism. So that is the first thing that you have to know. Cell is the structural and functional unit of a living organism. There are unicellular organisms as well as multicellular organisms. So we are multicellular organisms. Humans and most of the animals are multicellular organisms. And there are some unicellular organisms as well. As an example, Paramecium, Euglena, amoeba. So these are unicellular organisms. So human bodies are made up of billions of cells. So in a human body, there are various types of cells. There are epithelial cells, bone cells, nerve cells. There are various types of cells. Each of these cells has a specific function within our body. So here, first we will learn about the structure and functions of the animal cell. So as I mentioned before, human bodies and animal bodies are made up of billions of cells, which means cells are very small. So cells are not visible to the naked eye. So because of that, we can use microscopes to visualize these cells. So there are mainly two types of microscopes, light microscopes and electron microscopes. So this is the ultrastructure of a typical animal cell seen with an electron microscope. So this is in your textbook. So what are the parts that you can see in this diagram? So this is a typical animal cell. So here, this outer border of the animal cell is called the cell membrane. So there is a membrane covering the cell, that is called cell membrane. Inside the cell membrane, there are various organelles embedded in the cytoplasm. So what is the outer covering of the animal cell? Outer covering of the animal cell is called cell membrane, cell surface membrane. That is the outer covering of the animal cell. And inside the cell membrane, there is cytoplasm. So this is cytoplasm. So that is a jelly-like material within a cell. All these other organelles are embedded within this cytoplasm. So what are the organelles within a cell? What are these organelles? Organelles are structures within a cell which are responsible for specific function within a cell. So what are the organelles that we can see inside this animal cell? So there is a smooth endoplasmic reticulum, rough endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondrion, lysosomes, then Golgi vesicles, Golgi body, all right, then ribosomes, centrosomes. So and the main and most important organelle, nucleus, all right, nucleus. So these are the organelles within a cell. As I mentioned, all these organelles has a specific function within an animal cell. So what are the organelles within a cell? There are ribosomes, Golgi body, smooth endoplasmic reticulum and rough endoplasmic reticulum, nucleus, mitochondrion and lysosome. And there are some other organelles. So outer covering of the cell is called cell surface membrane. So inside the cell surface membrane, there is a jelly-like material that is called cytoplasm. Within this cytoplasm, there are various organelles embedded. So these are the organelles, ribosomes, endoplasmic reticulum. So there are two types of endoplasmic reticulums, as smooth endoplasmic reticulum and rough endoplasmic reticulum. So there is mitochondria, lysosomes, centrosomes and nucleus. All of these organelles have a specific function. Cell membrane is the outer covering of the cell. So what is the function of this cell surface membrane? Cell surface membrane controls entry and exit of materials into the cells. All right. So what is the function of cell membrane? It controls entry of substances and exit of substances from the cell. Then cytoplasm. What is this cytoplasm and what is the function of this cytoplasm? Function of cytoplasm is, So there are various metabolic and biochemical reactions occurring within the cell. So this cytoplasm is where all of these biochemical reactions occurs within a cell. So this cytoplasm is a medium for all these biochemical reactions that occurs within a cell. The most important organelle, what is it? Nucleus. So what is the importance of nucleus? So within a nucleus, there are chromosomes. Within these chromosomes, there are DNA molecules. So within DNA, there are genes. So genes are important for inheritance. These genes carry genetic information from one generation to another generation. So other than this inheritance, nucleus is also important for control of cell functions. So mainly we can discuss main two functions of nucleus. It is important in inheritance. So other than that, it controls cellular activities. Then what about these ribosomes? What are the functions of these ribosomes? Ribosomes are important for protein synthesis. These are like protein producing factories within the cell. Mitochondrion. So what is mitochondrion and what is the function of this organelle, mitochondrion? As you can see here, there are several mitochondria. So mitochondrion is important for aerobic respiration within a cell. So by aerobic respiration, mitochondria produces energy in the form of ATP within a cell. So remember, mitochondrion is very important because it produces energy by aerobic respiration within a cell. So Golgi bodies modify these proteins, and endoplasmic reticulum is like a transport system within a cell. So as I mentioned, nucleus contains DNA. So other than that, there is another organelle within a cell which contains DNA. So that is very important to remember, which has DNA other than nucleus. That is mitochondrion. So always remember, other than nucleus, mitochondrion also has DNA within them. So if we consider a cell, nucleus has DNA and also this mitochondria also contains DNA. There are ribosomes. So ribosomes are important for protein production. So other than in the cytoplasm, this mitochondrion also has ribosomes. Even if both nucleus and mitochondrion contain DNA, the structure of the DNA within the nucleus and mitochondrion are different. So within mitochondrion, it contains circular DNA. And also I told you cytoplasm has ribosomes and mitochondria also has ribosomes, and there is a difference of these two types of ribosomes as well. So within mitochondrion there is 70S ribosomes. Within the cytoplasm there is 80S ribosomes. Cytoplasm 80S ribosomes, mitochondria 70S ribosomes. So you have to remember, within mitochondria there is a circular DNA molecule and 70S ribosomes. So especially in Cambridge Biology, they will ask about these circular DNA and 70S ribosomes within mitochondrion. So this is a quick summary of animal cell structure and functions of organelles within an animal cell. If you need part 2 of this video, in which I will compare the structure of animal cell and plant cell, leave a comment below.